In this video, I am showing you the ultimate comfort food for a sick child. Keep watching. Welcome to This and That with Denise Jordan. I teach women how to make wise home health and beauty decisions so there's less chaos in their homes, they lead healthier lives, and they feel beautiful from the inside out. And today, we are tackling the chaos that sometimes comes along with a sick child. And what do you feed them? In my house, when my kids were sick, and sometimes when the hubby is sick, I give them cream of wheat. We call it porridge in my house, and my grandchildren absolutely love it. Whenever they come to visit, the first thing they say is, "Grandma, can you make porridge for breakfast?" So they love porridge. And I know in other families, porridge might be oatmeal, but in the Jordan family, porridge is cream of wheat. And they love the way that Grandma makes it. It's the ultimate comfort food when you come to visit Grandma, and it's the ultimate comfort food when your child is sick. And it is the ultimate comfort food to start the day off when it is chilly outside. So, let's see how quickly you can make it. 2 cups of water. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, which is optional, but you want to put the salt in it because it does add flavor. And you bring the water to a boil. The water is boiling, so now let's pour in a 1/3 cup of cream of wheat. This will be serving for 2. And one of the things that my grandchildren always say is, "Grandma, will you make enough for seconds?" Because I give them what I think is a good serving, but then they want more. So you pour it in while it is boiling, and the big thing with cream of wheat is you have to keep stirring it, because if you don't, it will clump up on you. The other thing is make sure you're stirring it with a long handled spoon, because it does get to popping, and it can be very painful. So you do need to be careful. Now I'm going to turn the burner down just a little bit, because it's starting to bubble. And what you'll also notice is it's starting to thicken up. Now here's the thing. Some people, I think, have often called cream of wheat gruel. And you can make it as thin or as thick as you like. Personally, I like to have it somewhat thin. And then I add a little milk, butter, and sugar to it to thin it down even more. But once you get it off the stove, you can thin it out more with milk. I cook mine with water, but package directions say you can cook it with milk. So it's your preference. But when your little one is sick and you want something that's going to be easy on the stomach, see how nice and thick that is? So now it's about ready to come off the stove. And notice I have stirred it the entire time. So let's get that turned off. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. Well, 2 tablespoons of butter, I should say. Some brown sugar, and I like to use light brown sugar. And it gives the cream of wheat just a nice little sweetness. Like I said, it's the perfect treat when you've got a little one that's sick. I'll put in anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It just depends upon how much cream of wheat I'm making. And I stir that in. And I like to put it in right here at the stove while it's still nice and hot. And notice it will also cause it to thin down just a little bit more. And we've changed the color from white to a nice pale brown. And we pour it in the bowl. Now some people like a little milk in their cream of wheat. I know my mom does. She likes a lot of milk in hers. And I like a little milk in there sometimes. It just depends upon how thick it is. And you can see this has gotten thicker as it's set, but it's still pretty thin. Now here's the thing about cream of wheat. You got to eat it right away because the longer it sits, the thicker it gets. And within 15 minutes, you can have a block of cement. So you want to make sure you eat it right away. This one, I'm not going to add any milk to. I'm just going to eat it like it is. So the ultimate comfort food, cream of wheat. Not only is it sweet, delicious, easy on the stomach, but kids love it. And you can always tell them the story about Goldilocks and the Three Bears and the porridge. So my grands love porridge and they expect porridge when they come to visit. Now there's a couple things you want to think about. One is cleanup. You need to make sure you soak your pot that you cook the cream of wheat in right away in cold water because it's very difficult to clean up later. Now here's a question for you. What's your ultimate comfort food when your child is sick or if you're feeling sick yourself? Tell me about it in the comment section below. I'm sure others would love to know some options that they can pull out when they need them for a sick child. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying goodbye. I'll see you in the next video.